Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? I'm so excited. Thank you for joining me on our live. I see that there's some people logged in already, and I just want to thank you so much for joining us. Today, we are so fortunate to have Pam Grice with us. She, if you don't already know her in the crochet world, she is the owner and the founder of Crochetpreneur, as well as Made with a Twist, the Crochetpreneur Academy. She is a pioneer on helping all people in crochet business. She's an expert blogger. I can't speak her praises enough, but we have her here on the channel today, all to ourselves.
Yay!
Yay! And we're going to be talking not only about we're going to be talking primarily about the Crochet Summit, because if you haven't already heard, the tickets are now available. And if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, our link is below in the description. I can also really quickly, let me put it into the chat right now in case you haven't already gotten your ticket. But the event actually starts on May 16th. But first of all, let's give Pam a very warm welcome. Pam, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
My pleasure. And you're here you're in Pennsylvania, isn't that right?
I'm in Colorado.
Colorado, sorry. Yes, Colorado. So that's the weather there today.
It's beautiful, finally.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day today. I know you said it was raining there. It is 60 degrees and sunny today. So, and it's not windy. We've been having so much wind lately that the fire danger was really high and it was really scary, but
oh wow,
no longer. It's just today's a beautiful day. So
nice.
Well, outside.
I'm glad you're safe. Yes, I've been we're getting torrential rains and the pressure system's changing. So literally I get migraines when that happens.
For sure.
So April, May, I always get a little bit of migraines, but it's coming and going. And this year, it's pretty much manageable. So, let me just really quickly say hello to some people who are logging on. Hi, Miss Pam. Somebody loves your channel.
Hi there. So glad you're here.
And I'm blind. I'm trying to start my own crochet business. Yes, she has she can't legally see, so she has vision. And then we have hi Pam, Jojo. You must know Jojo. She has
Jojo.
She can crochet, but she's primarily on her Addy a lot of the time too.
Wonderful. It's a great way to make your products a little more affordable or profitable for yourself. So
absolutely, things work up a lot faster, right? And then we have Jay Ghost Dutch. Oh, love it. Love when she comes in, and she also has a buddy, Angela Pad. I guess she's up here as well. So as well. Now, guys, if you have a question and you want us to post it, we're going to be asking Pam some questions. So just put a question mark in front of your comment if you have any for her. But and we'll be sure to get in touch with you. Hi, Georgetta. Just wanted to give her a quick warm hello, and we'll answer your questions as we get to them. But first of all, I really don't want to take too much time away from the focus, which is the Crochet Summit, which is amazing, and I'm so honored to be part of it again this year. Pam, can you tell us about the summit?
Sure. Well, first of all, I'm so grateful that you have again come back to join us again this year to share your experiences and your wisdom with the summit attendees. I think it's going to be so great, and we always love to have you. So appreciate you taking the time to do that. Excuse me. Okay, the summit. So the Crochet Business Summit is a 5-day virtual event. So it takes place on the internet. So you can bring your whips and wear your PJs and whatever you'd like and join us. We're having 24 presentations from 23 different people. I'm doing 2 presentations because someone
dropped the host.
But things happen. So we have presentations on several different areas of being a crochet business owner. So we're specifically speaking about scaling this year and bringing in different streams of income, which I think is really important for anyone who wants to have a profitable, growing crochet business, is to, I always suggest 7 to 8 streams of income. So we're going to talk about some creative ways to bring in various streams of income into your business. But we're also I am a retired psychotherapist, and I always think that people's mental health and people's enjoyment of life is something that is really important to focus on. And especially as a business owner, it's something that can be a pitfall for us, as in we can become obsessed with our business, we can be workaholics, we can have a lot of stress and anxiety around our business. And so I'm bringing in some people from the counseling realm or people who to share their own experiences in that kind of mental health realm of how to really enjoy your business or how to get the people in your family on board and supportive so you're not dealing with that stress and anxiety that happens in relationships when you're building a business. We're also talking about self-care and really focusing on how to create a business that brings you money, but also brings you the life that you love without losing your love for the craft. So that's what we're doing.
Amazing. And Pam, like, what was it that inspired you to choose these areas of focus for this year's summit?
Yeah, so every year, kind of, I wanted to focus on a specific thing. And one of the things a lot of people have been asking is, how do I make this a real business? How do I make real profits? How do I grow my business without crocheting 24/7? You know? So I thought it was important to bring in this issue of like growing and having multiple income streams. So that's what we're doing this year, and next year will be different. So we keep it new and exciting for people to come back every year and join us. So
I
that's the
love how you
plan.
make it so like timely in terms of the topics that you provide. Because I mean, last year there was so much focus on all the different platforms that were coming up, like being on TikTok, being on
Hmm.
Instagram, and that sort of thing. And this year, I feel like there's a collective in terms of like the world and good
Hmm.
mental health, and we're all cooped up. We're trying to build businesses too, and I too noticed that over the course of the last couple of years, people have gone through like a collective like trauma with
Hmm.
the pandemic that's gone on, and having support like this from a summit, and knowing that there are people who understand and can actually still help you achieve your dreams while people are going through this is amazing. Because when you and I were both starting, there was nothing, literally. Yeah, I
Right.
remember
And there was no guidance and there was no support. So
exactly.
we weathered a storm. Um,
I
but I think that's really great because now we have that to bring and to give to the rest of the community. So I love that we have that opportunity now to
Mhm.
do that first. And so many people are in the last 2 years have started businesses because of their home or they lost their jobs or they want to be home with their kids. And so for us to be there to lead the way and to share our wisdom with them and to help kind of lead the path, clear the path, um, and walk alongside people, I think is really a great blessing for us and hopefully for them as well.
That's amazing. Can you take us through, because like you mentioned, we kind of I love the fact that you are a therapist, because you never lose sight of making sure that people are like have the right mindset for business, that they're in a position to grow. You probably even have that gut feeling still when you know that somebody has potential, or but
Mhm.
they have blockages that they first need to work through, and you already have this kind of innate quality where you can kind of spot that and help them through it so that they can get to the part where they grow their businesses. Could you
For
tell us
sure.
how you went through that growth? Like, how did you get from therapist to even like the detail, like how did you therapist to like, did you crochet product first, or did you look to help crocheters first?
So I started out as a product seller and quickly transitioned into designing as well because I saw the potential in creating some passive income. It's not 100% passive, but it's more passive than product selling. So I did both for a little while. And about after 3 years, I had a product that went viral, and that kind of shot that side of my business went crazy. Both the product I sold like 2,000 hats and 16,000 patterns in a matter of just a few days.
Oh my god.
And it was craziness. And at that time, I was psychotherapist in private practice, so I was still working with my clients and then also working extra hours to try and get all these orders out, hiring people, getting contractors in, and all of that. After a certain amount of time, I was just like, I'm not giving my clients the attention they deserve because I'm so focused on my crochet business. And I really loved the crochet business. I love my clients too, but I was kind of always thinking about new strategies, new ideas, those kinds of things. And then I started really getting burnt out on actually making. So I asked, how can I combine my love of helping people with my love for the art and craft of crochet? And so I said, why don't I just be a coach? I already understand how people operate. I already understand the business world. And then going viral kind of gave me a whole new perspective of running a business. So I decided to transition into business coaching. And that's when I started Crochetpreneur in 2017.
Wow. And it's fortunate because sometimes some people jump into the coaching without having a good grasp of the understanding of people and like, the psyche and that sort of thing. But you brought those two things together and were able to do it for the thing that you love and the thing that you choose to make too. And if you guys are just joining us, this is Pam Grice. She's the founder of Crochetpreneur and the Crochet Summit and Made with a Twist. And check her out online. She's on Instagram for Crochetpreneur and Made with a Twist. Do you have a Crochet Summit Instagram?
I don't. So
Okay.
I'm posting all of the summit information on my at the Crochetpreneur.
At the Crochetpreneur, right. Yeah. And then check out her blog too, as well as her academy. She runs an academy as well. And she teaches the full realm of how to generate income and make a entire career out of crochet. So we are so fortunate to have her on the channel today. So and she's just brought us to, here, I better do while we're here. There's been some chat. So I'm just going to drop in the link again to the Crochet Summit. If you haven't already got it, it's in the description. I'm going to put it in the chat too, just in case you haven't already got your crochet ticket. And I'm just going to scroll through quickly the comments to make sure I didn't miss anybody. It looks like we have people who are already bought their Biz Power Pack for the year. Super helpful. Yes. And, okay, good. So I'm not missing any questions. Fabulous. We have people joining us from Atlanta and all over. Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, now I just let's see. So we can expect a vast, quite an array of speakers that are coming to the summit this year, and so you went from therapist to coaching people and starting a crochet business. Now, what brought you to the summit part of it? Like, I remember, sorry for interrupting you, but I remember when I first found you online, you were running SOAR. It was SOAR, right?
Yes, that was the virtual retreat or the in-person retreat that I had been planning for June of 2020 that didn't actually happen.
That was it. Are you going to bring that back?
Yes. Yeah, I actually told my husband the last couple of nights I have not slept because I just keep every time I sleep I dream of this in-person event that I really want to have happen. So it has to happen so I can just get it out of my head, stop dreaming about it.
Do you still have all the plans? Like, it's in your folder and you're like, I just never got to launch. Is that what happened?
And sadly the hotel that I had lined up, they tripled their prices. So as far as how much it would cost me to put on the event. So now I'm looking for a different venue. And that I moved as well. So I'm not in the city anymore. So that would be another expense for me to actually go to the city and plan it, but it's closer to the airport. So there's a lot of planning that needs to take place. And we're obviously in transition and our house is not done yet. So I really want my house to be done so I can focus on those things that I need to plan.
I saw one of your videos with the background and I'm like, her house is done. But then I realized it's a studio. But it's the nice thing is I let you when your house is done. You're going to have so many shooting angles for all the different things that that you can do.
For
But I
sure.
would I can't help it. You and I are both like business people. We think of business opportunities. But if you were hard set on the hotel, you should consider like pitching an influencer. They may give you a media rate.
Well, there you go. See, you have so many ideas.
Like when I used to do away shows, I'd pitch hotels before I'd go, so I get the media rate. And sometimes it's just a matter of doing like a few mentions of the hotel on your social. Just saying.
That's
But
really an idea.
just a thought. So
Okay.
but yeah, so you had the SOAR in your pocket. Now, how
Yes.
did the summit come about?
So what happened with SOAR? SOAR was specifically for Crochet Business Academy members, and it was going to be just 30 people in Colorado Springs. I was bringing in other business coaches, blogging coaches, those kind of people to talk and mostly get a lot of work done. So bring people out of their regular lives and bring them here and just focus on work. And I found going to those kind of events really helpful. Well, that didn't happen because it was 2020 and a lot of things didn't happen in 2020. And so I was like, oh, I just got to do something virtual. And so I like planned it really quickly and just made it into a Zoom thing and invited as many people as wanted to come. And so we made it a virtual thing, but it was all me, all Pam, all day for,
All
I think it
night.
was 3 days. And that was exhausting, but people got so much out of it. So I said, okay, this is a really great idea. How can we make it so that it's not all Pam all day? Because that could get boring really quickly. And it's also exhausting for me. So I was like, let's get some other voices. Let's talk to some other people who have different experiences from me, who have different wisdom, different things to share, and get everybody together. Basically volunteering their time to share what they know with the community. And so that's what we planned last year was our first official Crochet Business Summit. And it was amazing. It was so amazing. Just the impact that it had on people who are afraid to start a business. And now a year later, they're coming back and saying, I got my Etsy shop going. I'm making sales. I'm having so much fun. Or, just I finally figured out how to do craft shows, or I'm not afraid to get on video anymore. Just basically, somebody was just really, really impacted by every single session that we had.
Wow.
So it was just really, really life changing. And we had 5,000 attendees last year. So this
Wow.
year, I keep saying, I want to increase by 30%, but I really want to double it, really. But
Okay,
I'll be
I'm right
happy
there with you.
if we increase by 30%, but I really want to double it because more impact, right? I mean, there's so many crochet business owners out there who don't have the help and support that they need. And so I just want to get all of the people. So if you have friends, share Karen's link that she put here, save it to your computer, share it with your friends, and get them to join us because we are here to serve you and support you. And it's going to be so much fun.
It
Um,
will.
Last year, I know a couple of people, I get a hotel room for the whole event because I want to just stay focused. And typically, I have all the tech things to deal with and make sure everything's working okay. So I like to do that. But some other people did the same thing last year. They got a hotel away from their family, away from their kids, and just focused on business. You don't have to do that, though, because I do have a quiz when you sign up. You can take the quiz and it will help you discern which sessions are best for where you are at in your business right now
You're
and which ones
amazing.
you could save for later if you want to. And we do have an option to get lifetime access to all of the presentations. It's an upsell. There's a cost for lifetime access, but it is available for you.
Oh,
But
yes.
also, you don't have to come live if that's not possible. If you're working or if you're taking care of your kids and you can't come live, each video is going to be available from the time it launches during the day until 10 p.m. the following day. So you'll have about 30 hours to watch any of the sessions. So you're not excluded if you're busy, if you're on the other side of the world, if you have a full-time job. We're trying to make it as accessible as possible to as many people as possible.
See, that's what you get when you're somebody who's tenured and understands how people learn and how people digest things, because you created a quiz for people to figure to know what to focus their time on. That's amazing, so thoughtful, and very nice, you know. But guys,
Thanks.
if you are just joining us here today, Pam Grice, Crochetpreneur, founder of Crochetpreneur and the Crochet Summit and Made with a Twist, you absolutely have to check her out on Instagram. And you have a YouTube channel for Crochetpreneur. So be
I
sure to
do.
follow. Yes, every guys, you can hop on YouTube and check out her past videos too. She has amazing business advice, and it's always good to have like a lot of different perspectives. And so she's on a lot of different platforms. I just focus on about 3.
Uh-huh.
But that's just my thing, so then I don't go completely nuts. But
It's easy to go completely nuts, which is why we're going to talk about that during the summit.
yeah, that's like it's almost like a most of the summit theme this year, like everybody let's come together. But
Let's take care of ourselves. Let's have boundaries.
now in terms of
I'm not
like
good at that. So,
yeah, and the getting the hotel idea, I never even thought of that. There's actually this new place in Toronto where my sister went to, and you can. It's called Go Places, but it's just an all-day spa. And I'm telling you,
oh,
the place is
nice.
incredible. And I'm not even like I'm not an affiliate or anything. I just think this
Uh-huh.
is very smart too. But you can go there. You just pay $75. You can stay there the entire day, have lunch. They have like crystal rooms, like salt baths, nap rooms. Oh
Oh,
yes.
wow.
Naps. And then you can they have like like nap beds everywhere. A lot like and it's amazing. It's dim lighting, beautiful. It's just spa like. And then if you decided that you wanted to stay the night, you just pay an extra $15. Does that
Oh,
sound
wow.
incredible? I'm thinking I'll go there for the summit.
For sure. I would
And
go there.
you just wear a robe the whole time. That sounds like my jam.
That
But I think
sounds nice.
it does. But I probably want to take notes. That's why I'm probably gonna spend some time here, some time there. But in the
Mhm.
like for the summit, I can 5,000 people. You must have brought you must have met enormous amount of people in your time, just this short period of like 5 years going like doing building the summit, building SOAR. In that time, have you what's been some really interesting stories that come out of the attendees that attended the summit?
Sure. Well, I always send a survey at the end of the summit to say, like, hey, what did you get out of this? And so many people are like, my mindset has totally shifted from one of fear to one of
Mhm.
excitement and courage. And like, I'm going to try these things. What's the worst that could happen? Right? Because so many people get stuck in fear and perfectionism and just self consciousness. And so part of that mindset piece was so powerful for people, and people
Mhm.
actually took action. We had a special day at the end of the summit. We're going to do this again this year, to have a day we call Implementation Day.
Mhm.
And we sit down and we plan and we say, which sessions were most impactful for you and how are you going to take action on these? And let's get them on your calendar.
Mhm.
What tasks do you need to do to move forward in your business based on the things you learned? And so we get them on the calendar. Then we get together and we do some networking, we do some co working, and we get everybody kind of that momentum, the trajectory going. And so many people just kept it going. Excuse me. My husband made spinach right before I got on, so I just ate spinach. Um,
It's his fault.
um, yeah. So people who started craft fairs and they've never made money before at craft fairs, because craft fairs are a science. And
Mhm.
so after learning, kind of the science behind craft fairs, they're saying like, I made $2,000, I made $3,000 in my couple of craft fairs, which was like unbelievable for them. And so I just love to hear those stories of people taking action, whatever they want their business to look like. Maybe you don't want to do craft fairs, maybe you want to start an Etsy shop, or maybe you want to start designing. All of those things, people found the courage to take action rather than to stay stuck.
Mhm.
And they're doing it. They're making the money they wanted to make, or they're at least on the path to get there. So, starting a crochet business is not a get rich quick scheme. It is typically, unless you go viral, which who can control that? Nobody.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, but it is definitely a strategy and I'm going to make this shift and see if this works, and make this shift and see if this works, and then get you going to where you want to be over the course of time. So people are doing it.
Yes. And it's so true about like making the shifts. That's why it's so fun to attend every year, because you never know where you're going to be, where your business is shifting and you need support in a new way, or you need insight in a new way. I myself, like I've made some shifts over the course of the last couple of years too, and then I've had to seek out the mentors that make sense to the shift I'm doing. And this is amazing because it's kind of like a smorgasbord of like, oh my gosh, that's going to address my problem. I need to go deeper in that area, right? So there's a people, that's like a one-stop place for people to go to and really discover if they can get more information and help in those areas. So that's amazing. Again, guys, if you're just joining me, Pam Grice is with us. She's the owner and founder of Crochetpreneur, and the Crochet Summit, which is happening on it starts. Is there a pre-event on May 15th?
There is May 15th at 4:00 my time, so 6:00 East Coast. We're doing a kickoff call. So it's basically I'll come on and into our Facebook group. So we do have a pop-up Facebook group that goes with the summit. And I will be talking about how to make the most out of the summit, how to get the most out of it, how to enjoy it and not become overwhelmed by it. And then we're going to have prizes. So if you show up, you could win a prize.
Oh my gosh. You know,
not that I want to bribe you to care about your business. I want you to care about your business first, and the prizes are just extra.
I love doing giveaways because it just, honestly, it just makes me feel good, like giving stuff away. But I've actually never won anything ever. I should try and win one of the launch prizes. So yes, I will certainly be there. And
we will have prizes every day of the summit. I have some I have some things right here. I went to Interweave Yarn Fest, not last weekend, the weekend before. And I talked to so many hand dyers. This is from Mountain Meadow Wool, which is up in Wyoming. And they were there. And this is from Teton Knitting Company. They're in Idaho. And I told people I was doing the summit and I was looking for giveaways. And they're like, take this, take this, take this. So I have a lot of really great prizes to give away that these wonderful companies have just donated. So
that's amazing. I love hand dye stuff. When I get hand dye yarn, honestly, I just make stuff for me because it's so pretty. Because then it's one of a kind and it's everything. It's something that you made. Do you still make for yourself?
I am not good about making for myself. I make for the people in my life. Like I purchased some hand dyed yarn from that Teton Knitting Company because she was in the booth next to me. And I was just falling in love with her yarn the whole time. So I bought 3 skeins of different weights that are the same dye. So they go together, but they're different weights of yarn. And I'm making a shawl that's a pattern from Expressions Fiber Arts. And it's going to be for my mom. I meant to make it for Mother's Day, but it's not going to get done for Mother's Day. So I told my mom, I said, it's for your birthday in December, but it's coming.
But you still find, that's nice. You still find time to crochet for like others, for gifts, for like personal use and that sort of thing. No more making do you still make for online, or most of the things you do online is patterns?
I do mostly patterns throughout the year, and I actually haven't designed a pattern in quite some time, but I just connected with someone who's going to be my pattern writer. I'm going to design and send her the item and my notes, and she's going to write the pattern.
That's amazing.
That's going to make it easier for me because I'm too busy doing the other things. But last year, I don't know if you remember, I started an experimental product-based business because so many people were telling me, you can't sell on Etsy. You can't start a new business on Etsy. Nobody will find you. You can't make money. And I was like, I'm going to prove it to you.
And you did it. You were like,
I did. Like after a weekend, it took me a weekend to design the logo, get everything I needed. I spent $150. I wanted it to be affordable to start a business. I used the stash that I had to make the products. And in 3 months, I made $6,000 just on Etsy. I didn't sell any in-person stuff. So, and it was a totally invisible company. I didn't tell anybody the name of it. I didn't tell, the people in my life to go buy from me. I just created it kind of anonymously on Etsy just to prove that it could be done and it can be done. And it was called White Winter Hat Company. And it's on vacation mode right now because I don't have time for that.
That's an awesome story though, because like it's proof you can work the plan and it does work. So
Mhm.
that's a cool documented story.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a myth buster, like people are telling you things, they hear stories from all the naysayers or the people who couldn't do it and then believe they can't do it as well. And it's just ridiculous. I'm all about empowering people and showing it can be done. So if I can do it, you can do it. There's nothing special about me. So,
I think I always have dreams about this. I always have dreams that like a Netflix story where like of a crochet business. I'm like, that would be really cool if somebody would
you
do
know,
that.
it would really be cool. I think just as a documentary of, crochet is such a big thing right now. So many
Yeah.
people have picked it up. I think it would be a great documentary just to look at the people in different areas of life. We have people in New Zealand, we have people in Africa, we have people in the Middle East. We have, people all over starting businesses and doing amazing things, beautiful things. We have kids. I just saw this little British kid. I can't remember his name. I just found him like a couple days ago. Stewart or something. He's amazing, and it would be so fun.
It would be.
Let's
I
do
think
it.
someone okay.
Let's find some backing.
Yeah, I'm bored. We only have the summit coming up.
My husband would be like, "What are you doing now?"
I don't think I've uttered "I'm bored" seriously for about 20 years.
Now that the summit is all planned, like my to-do list today had like 5 things on it, and it usually has about 20.
Well
And
done.
so I was like, I got all my things done, and I was like, "What am I gonna do with myself once the summit's finished?" It's like 3 months of like 10-hour days planning the summit. So I'm like, "Oh my gosh, now what am I gonna do?"
That's
I
amazing.
told my business coach, "Now I want to write a book." He's like, "Stop it. Go on vacation."
Well, I hope you book extra days on top of the hotel stay and like
I'm
d
not. But
what?
my
Consider it.
husband is having a hard time. He's like, "You keep leaving," because I went to a conference, a couple days ago. Now I'm leaving again.
So
So
you don't take them when you go to the summit?
no, I mean, the part of the reason I go to the hotel is to get away from him. So I love my husband. Everyone knows, everyone who's in my
Of
programs
course.
knows my husband is amazing. He is a servant husband. Like he's just so kind to me. And so like you go do your work, I'll do the laundry, I'll do the grocery shopping, I'll do the dishes, whatever you need me to do. You just do your work.
Yes.
So me leaving him is like we live in the middle of nowhere on a mountain. He's got nobody to talk to but the chickens. So
That's so
he'll be
sweet.
all right. He'll come in to take a shower so that he didn't have to shower in the camper while I'm
That's
gone.
funny.
But
My husband, he's similar. Like if I did go to stay for in a hotel for a conference, and I've been to different things, he never wants to come. He's like, no, no, don't worry, I'll take care of everything here. And he just wants to be around his own stuff, you know? He
mhm.
just wants his own like bed, his own whatever. So I'm like, okay, I like occasionally going to a hotel and trying new foods and things like that. So
Me too.
um yes, is there anything else that you think that we hadn't touched on with regard to the summit?
Um, let's see. We talked about the Facebook group. If you register for the summit, please, please, please join the Facebook group. There's already so much happening in there. People
Yes.
connecting, making friends, finding accountability partners. So go join the Facebook group as soon as you register, and yeah, keep an eye out for as soon as you register, you'll be brought to a screen that says, "Do you want to get lifetime access to all of the presentations?" Um, I feel like it's a no-brainer
Yeah,
that,
you
like, why
should.
would you not wanna do that? There's so much great information coming your way, and it's just really hard to digest it all in just, 4 days, 5 days time. So that opportunity will be there. If you don't take it now, the price goes up, um,
Mhm.
but it will be there until the end of the summit. So, if once the summit starts, the price is gonna go up again and you decide you want it, you can still grab it. I think it's a really great opportunity. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. And I didn't think we talked about the Q&A sessions.
Oh,
So after each presentation, the speaker will come into the Facebook group and do a live Q&A in the Facebook group up until the time that the next presentation starts. So that's just another perk that you get to talk with each of the speakers and get your questions answered live. So I think that's a really fun thing that we've instituted this year. That's a new thing this year. Last year we had chat boxes during the presentations, and it was a little bit distracting. So I decided to do the Q&A separate from the chat box. So yep, we're going to see how that works.
Oh, yes. And I really enjoyed hopping into the Facebook group afterwards. In fact, I stayed most of the day.
Oh, good.
Just to see, because I figured people are going to catch things later, and then people will get off work. Then they'll be able to watch, because it is available for like a number of hours until the next day for people to watch. So I found people were still watching my presentation until the next day. So, and I wanted to be available in case they answered any questions. Plus, you get to see all the other things that are happening on like in the Facebook group. Oh, we have Gigi. She just logged in as well. She has a YouTube. You might recognize her as well. So if you're just joining us again, guys, the Crochet Summit is happening. The launch is on May 15th, and it runs from the 16th till the 19th. I will be speaking on the 19th, and I will be live in the Facebook group and whatever Q&A is available. And yes, and the link is in the description as well if you're watching this on the replay. So be sure to get your ticket, but not just that, like, well, while the price is still very, very reasonable at its lowest, you should definitely upgrade to keep all the information later, because building a resource library is always helpful. And I am the first to admit that. Like, I literally logged on to Pam's blogging instruction, because I'm like, I'm still building my blogging skills, but like, I always focus so much on YouTube and Instagram, but like in terms of like blogging, Pam's one of the most, she's like a pioneer in the blogging for crochet in like realm. So there's so much to be learned. You want to keep that information forever. That's what I highly recommend. Because
and sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say crochet is a long term, like it's a long game. So
it really is. I was gonna say, so like I said, when you register, you'll get 15 minutes to get the lowest price for the All Access Pass or the Crochet Biz Power Pack. They're gonna be less than 50%, or they're more than 50% off the final price. And so it really, really is a really affordable. And if you upgrade to the Crochet Biz Power Pack, you're gonna get group coaching, you're going to get networking calls, you're going to get co-working calls, you'll get transcripts, you'll get slides of the presentations, you're going to get courses, ebooks, checkbooks. So like, there's literally over $3,000 worth of resources in the Crochet Biz Power Pack, and it's $69 if you get it right when you register. So I just want to tell you, it's totally worth it. And so keep an eye out for that.
Yes. And when you think about that, there's like over 20 people speaking at like experts speaking at the event. You couldn't buy 20 books for that amount of money and get one-to-one responses to your questions. It's like priceless. So it's truly the best way to go about it. So anyway, it's like, again, it's a no-brainer. But yes. So I don't see any new questions in our chat with regards to the summit. So I think we've answered everything that people would want to know. And I personally am looking really forward to it. I have to say that with this being my second round, like second time being able to do it, there were so many more opportunities that I now know, because I'm like, oh, this is going to come up. And this time I'm trying to expand the reach better. And like, because now that I know how it goes, I'm like, oh yeah, now I'm going to be ready. I'm going to have this reels ready to go for next week. I just love feeling prepared.
Seen that with some of the people who this is their second year, and they're like, oh, now I know actually what to talk about when I'm talking about what's going to happen. Like, they've seen it happen from last year. So yeah, that is really helpful.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are looking forward to it too. And if you haven't gotten your ticket, please get it. And if you're watching on the replay, the ticket link is also in the description. But I'll also leave in the comments too, just in case you can't find it in the description. In the meantime, I know that both Pam and I are probably a little hungry. I know I am.
Well, I did have spinach.
Oh yeah. We saw. So, but I'll probably wrap up our live stream. And again, thanks guys for joining us today. I know we're going to see you on the 14th or during the summit. And Pam, like, take care of yourself in preparation for this. Enjoy your hotel stay, and we're going to see you at the summit. So,
all right,
thanks, guys.
you,
Take
thanks,
care.
everybody. Bye.
Bye. Have a great night.
You too.